Hello, my name is Chef Connie, and we're going to talk about properly storing and incorporating herbs. So I always suggest when making a recipe to only use the herb that you need and the amount that is needed for the recipe. So using that parsley, if you need just a tablespoon, you take that bunch of parsley and you go ahead and you pick off that tablespoon, right? And so the best way to pick any herb is kind of just find that stem and just get a little bit of that delicate stem out and kind of leaving that hardier stem to the side. And what's great about these hardier stems is that they have a lot of flavor still in them. And so what you can do is you can keep these stems and use them for your stocks or for steeping with, right? And so parsley has just a little bit of flavor in that, not a very, very delicate sort of herbaceous flavor, but it is great to use for your stocks, okay? And so you have a little bit, and so you can go ahead and you can save that for that next recipe. And what you're gonna do is that parsley that you do not need for this recipe, the best way to store any herbs is to grab a damp paper towel, okay? So you grab that damp paper towel, you pop it right here, and you sort of roll those beautiful leafy greens into that paper towel. And what that's gonna do is as you put that into your fridge, it's gonna keep it nice and misted, and you will have herbs for a little bit longer. You can keep your herbs like this up to a week, okay? And so depending on the herb, parsley's a little bit more of the hardier version of those leafy herbs and those delicate herbs, but something like cilantro may go a little bit quicker, but parsley for sure, if you wrap that in that moist towelette, it will last about a week, okay? And so you have these beautiful herbs, right? And I'm just gonna show you guys a quick way to cut these herbs while keeping a lot of their flavor intact. And the best way to do that is you kind of come on over here and you stack up these beautiful leaves, right? And so that way you have a really nice handhold on those leaves. So you can see I'm just stacking each leaf on top of each other. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to slice these herbs, okay? And the initial slice is gonna be pretty small. We're gonna call this a chiffonade. And so keeping your fingertips curled, right? You have that chef claw where your tips of your fingers are behind those knuckles. You're gonna come on over here and I'm gonna show you real quick on the side. You're going to slide that knife over those herbs, okay? And so you can see I'm not really chopping it. I'm doing a nice slice, and that's what's gonna keep these herbs nice and delicate, okay? So I'm coming on over here and I'm just slicing these herbs down. And you can see because I have that nice stack that these herbs are staying right in place, and so my knife cuts are nice and precise. And so if you ever find yourself cutting these herbs and you just have too many herbs in your hand, go ahead and make 2 piles instead of 1, okay? That's gonna really help you get those nice, precise cuts. And so you can see I'm being very, very delicate. I'm almost shaving off that parsley, okay? And sometimes if your bunch gets a little bit crazy, just come on over, regather your friends, and just keep slicing down, okay? And get all those beautiful greens in there. And so you can see I have these beautiful intact herbs, right? You can see there's almost no green on my board. Look at that, absolutely no green on my board. And so if you wanted to get that nice mince, right? Because right now we have a little bit of this shredded sort of shaved chiffonade. And if you wanted to get that mince, all you'd have to do is turn those herbs, come on down, and cut the other way. So now you have this beautiful, beautiful parsley here. And what you want to do with these more delicate herbs, you can see that beautiful, beautiful mince, is you want to add these to the end of your recipe. All right, and so the stems of these parsley, because they're a little bit more hardier, you would add in the beginning, steep those, and then pull them out at the end. But for these more delicate herbs, you really want to put them in at the very, very end of your dish. And if it's a hot dish, you'll add it when there's still a little bit of residual heat to kind of bloom those herbs. And if it's a cold dish, you'll just add it to the end so that those herbs stay nice and fresh.